All right, let's dive into something pretty mind-blowing today. We're going to explore this idea that every single thing you do, every conversation you have, is literally an act of creation that sends out these ripples across the entire universe. So, to kick things off, let's talk about a secret power that's shaping our lives every single day, even when we don't notice it. It's all about the simple, fundamental act of exchange. You could even call it the secret engine of our reality. Okay, so let me just throw this out there. What if every single interaction you have, every conversation, every purchase, wasn't just a moment that passes? What if it was actually the birth of something brand new? What if you were constantly creating new realities without even realizing it? Chew on that for a second.
And this quote, man, it just gets right to the heart of it, doesn't it? It's pointing to what might be a fundamental law of reality, that nothing, and I mean nothing, can be understood all by itself. Everything, absolutely everything, is defined by its connections and its relationships to everything else.
And this just nails it down. To exist is to exchange. Think about it. From the tiniest little subatomic particles all the way up to our global economies, reality is basically this giant engine, and it's driven by a constant, dynamic give and take. It's like the deeper grammar of the universe. Okay, so every single time this exchange happens, it generates energy. And I'm not talking about some vague metaphor here. This is a real force. And this energy shows up in three distinct forms, like three ripples that flow out from every single interaction you have. So, that first ripple, that's what we call the energy of existence. It's simply the birth of a new reality. So, for example, think about two entrepreneurs. They decide to form a business partnership. Before that moment, they were just two separate people. But after they shake hands, boom, a new thing exists in the world, the partnership. That new reality itself is the first order of energy. Then you've got the second ripple, the energy of action. This is the direct impact, right? The actual work being done by the people involved. So for our business partners, this is them writing the business plan together, designing the product, all the collaboration. It's the tangible, immediate change they experience and produce. And last but not least, there's the third ripple, the energy of multiplication. And honestly, this is the big one. This is the real ripple effect. It's the energy that spreads out way beyond that original interaction. For our partners, this could be the jobs their successful company creates down the line, or the customers whose lives get better because of their product, maybe even the inspiration they give to other entrepreneurs. It's that long-term, ever-expanding legacy. The classic stone in the pond analogy just ties all this together perfectly. So existence, that first order, that's the new shape that's created on the water's surface. Then action, the second one, that's the immediate splash when the stone hits the water. And multiplication, the third, well, that's the waves that just keep spreading out across the whole pond. See, it's one single action, but it creates three totally distinct ripples of energy. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Okay, this is a neat little philosophical idea, but what if it's way more than that? What if this triad of energy isn't just a cool concept, but a fundamental principle that's literally woven into the fabric of the cosmos? Like the universe's operating system. And the crazy thing is, the evidence for this is everywhere you look. I mean, in quantum physics, particles don't even really have definite properties until they interact with something else. In biology, you see complex life emerging from symbiotic relationships, a perfect example of that give and take. And you see the same pattern in Adam Smith's economics, in Aristotle's philosophy, even in ancient Eastern thought. It really does seem to be a universal principle. And check this out. This powerful quote from the modern physicist Carlo Rovelli really confirms it from a scientific angle. An object, it's not a thing in isolation. It is the sum total of its relationships and its exchanges with the world around it. Wow, that really changes how you see things, right? All right, so if every single interaction creates these three kinds of energy, that leads us to a really, really crucial question. Is the energy we're creating, is it constructive or is it destructive? This is where this whole idea gets very, very personal. And here's the crucial point. You can have two interactions that look exactly the same on the surface. I mean, identical. But the purpose behind them, the intent, that can create polar opposite energies in the world. It all comes down to purpose. In this example, just illustrates that difference so starkly. The action is identical. A person exchanges money for a white powder.
Simple enough. But in one case, you have a pharmacist selling life-saving antibiotics. That creates energy that heals, that builds up society. In the other, you have a dealer selling cocaine, creating this entropic, disintegrating energy that just corrodes and destroys. Same physics, but two totally different worlds of consequence. It's incredible.
And that is why every single interaction matters so, so much. As C.S. Lewis puts it so powerfully here, there is no neutral ground. Every action we take, every single exchange we make, it's claiming a little piece of reality for either construction or destruction. Every choice has cosmic significance. Okay, so let's bring all this home now. Understanding this triad of energy, it reveals something pretty incredible about you. In your everyday life, with every choice you make and every interaction you have, you are a co-creator of the world that we all share. This right here, this is your creative process. And it's happening every single day, whether you're thinking about it or not. With every interaction, you generate existence. You create a new reality. You generate action. You cause an immediate effect. And you generate multiplication. You send those ripples of consequence out into the wider world. You're doing it right now.
So, what's the big takeaway here? What's our mission? Well, this suggests a really powerful goal: to become masters of this exchange, to really perfect the art of a holy and fruitful give and take, to make sure the energy we're creating from the brand new realities to those long-term ripples is something that builds up the world, not something that breaks it down.
And I just love this beautiful poem by Francis Thompson. It captures the essence of our deep, deep interconnectedness so perfectly. I mean, thou canst not stir a flower without troubling of a star. It's just a stunning reminder that our smallest actions are linked to this grand cosmic tapestry. Nothing we do is ever really truly isolated. And all of this really leaves us with one final, simple, but incredibly powerful question to carry with us. Knowing what you know now, that every interaction is a genuine act of creation, what ripples, what kind of ripples will you choose to create today?